Guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're over on the test server and patch 1.74 is up, which means we get new heroes, we get dimensional engraving, we get new artifacts. So today we're going to go ahead and we're going to look at the brand new Wilder hero that we have been waiting for, Mishka. So we did get a very early release of her skills and abilities, but very cool looking. She does have the wolves. When Alno was released, she had wolves as well, but unfortunately they didn't make them to the game. So let's run through her skills, abilities, signature item, furniture, engraving, and then we're going to go ahead and do the Arena of Trials. We're going to test her out and see exactly how effective. I believe it's him. He is. So we're going to stick with him. As we know originally that he is a tank, but he is control, which is very cool. We definitely need more crowd control. As we know, when you start getting into level deficiencies, crowd control is absolutely what wins the game, guys. So the first one is the Werebear. Mishka transforms into a werebear form and jumps on the densest area of enemies. So similar to Gorvo, jumps in the middle of the enemies, dealing 250% damage to the surrounding enemies as she hits the ground. So it is a girl, knocking them into the air and stunning them for 5 seconds. So again, similar to Gorvo, jumps, lands, stuns, perfect. 250% additional damage is also dealt to the central enemy heroes. After hitting the ground, Mishka lets out a terrifying roar, which reduces enemies' defense by 30%. Guys, now that's a bonus to what Gorvo does. She has a jump, damage, stun, defense reduction. This effect cannot be stacked. Mishka is able to ignore and is immune to all control effects while in Werebear. So for those 8 seconds, she is going to be completely immune. And then, of course, the stun goes for 6 seconds and a 40% defense rating reduction. That's huge. That is an absolute monster amount of defense and stun for 6 seconds. We have some heroes that are, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. 6 seconds is a pretty solid stun there. Second ability is the Dire Wolves. Mishka fights with 2 wolves by her side. The wolves possess 150% of Mishka's attack rating and 50% of all her attributes. So very cool. So the stronger that she gets, the stronger that they are going to get. When a wolf attacks an enemy, enemy will be marked with Feral Bite, which lasts for 10 seconds. Each time Mishka deals damage to the marked enemy, she will deal additional damage equal to 5% of the current enemy's health. That's pretty big, because again, you have to think of scaling as the enemies get stronger, as the enemies get more health. Current health could be higher, allowing this to do more damage, but the damage shall not exceed 300%. Other attributes shared are 80%. Attack rating of the wolves is at 200. The additional damage Mishka deals to enemies marked with the Feral Bite is increased to equal to 10% of their current health, 600% of Mishka's attack value cap. Wow, that seems like she's going to do a considerable amount of damage. Call of the Wild. Mishka's wolves sprint over to the enemy target and grip onto them, causing them to be unable to move or use abilities. So going to be another form of control, which we know, marking them with Feral Bite. In the process, Mishka then slashes the enemy 3 times, dealing 220% damage per attack. The final attack knocking them down, stunning for 2 seconds, guys. So now that is another form of crowd control that she is picking up. When one of Mishka's wolves dies, the number of attacks becomes 2. When both wolves dies, this ability cannot be used. So definitely going to have to keep the wolves up. Again, looking at level deficiencies, they're going to have to be able to stay up and survive, because if they're targetable, they're going to have to stay alive. And then 260, 300, and look at that, guys, a 200% increase. Damage of each attack is increased to 500% if the enemy uses a shield. That's a solid increase if that enemy is shielded. Natural rejuvenation. Mishka pours a healing resin over herself and her wolves that heals an equal to 150% of the attack rating, and also provides a shield that exists for 6 seconds, which is able to mitigate damage worth 300% of Mishka's attack rating. So now she can heal them and she can shield them. Very cool. Shield value is increased to 330% of Grez's attack rating. That seems like it's probably a typo in translation right there, because based on Grez's attack rating, wouldn't make sense. I'm sure it's supposed to be Mishka's attack rating. All allied heroes receive healing and are shielded. Wow, that plus 60 engraving is huge, guys. All allied heroes receive healing and are shielded. So now you have another form of shield. I can see putting her together with Lorzen or him together with Lorzen, making the combination between the two to continue to shield. We know Gorbo uses shields. There's a lot of different heroes that have shields, so actually being able to stack that ability would be cool to see. Let's check out the signature item, the Bear Talons. When Mishka's ultimate ability ends, so that's after she does Werebear, she receives 30% damage reduction for 8 seconds. If this ability is used again while the damage reduction effects are still present, it will reset. So essentially, if she's ulting fast enough, you can get a 30% damage reduction and you can have it last the entire battle. Again, if she's ulting fast enough. Ally heroes attacking enemies marked with Feral Bite deal 15% more damage, 30% more damage to them. That is very nice. That's a big damage increase. Each enemy that is knocked into the air by Mishka's ultimate ability increases the percentage of damage reduction by an additional 10. Additional damage reduction can be increased to 40%. So that's not too bad, guys. One of the biggest things that I say when it comes to the tanking class is the survivability and level deficiencies, which is addressed by the damage reduction. That's exactly what a tank needs. Again, I still feel like they need to add it into the tanking elder tree to really be effective with the abilities that we have here. Let's check out the furniture. So 50% of the damage dealt to Mishka's wolves is converted into her energy. So that's kind of garbage. Because again, between the shield, between the healing, I'm not worried about the damage that wolves take to heal her. I'm worried about the wolves dying themselves. Each time a wolf dives, Mishka's energy is immediately replenished and her attack rating is increased by 20% and her attack speed. That's actually pretty good. The thing that I don't like is there's only 2 wolves. It doesn't seem like she's going to resurrect them or bring them back. So if a wolf dies, then it's going to be out for the remainder of the battle. If they both die, you're losing an ability there. Pretty much keep the wolves alive is what I'm thinking. Hopefully Rowan can feed them some potions, but probably not. Very cool hero design, guys. And then the engraving, of course, they give us the 80-80. Significant, guys. Look at the amount. So you get pretty good haste. You get a ton of accuracy here, which is good. This is what I really look at: the crit resistance, the tenacity, the crit block rate. That's what they need. Again, going back to the survivability issues that we see with a lot of these heroes. So let's go ahead. We'll do the basic test. We'll check her out, see what we think. We'll slow it down a little bit. So there she is. So there's both of her wolves. And there's her heal. Very cool looking. Oh, and look at her as a bear, guys. That is awesome. And there we go. There's the heals, the shields for the wolves. And look at the marks up here. Boom, jumps in the area. Everyone is stunned. Like I said, that'll be really cool if she can keep the wolves up and keep... I like the werebear. I love how she changes into a werebear, guys. Look at that. Boom. Just a giant belly flop of a werebear. That's very cool. All right, so let's try her in a formation here. Again, she's a tank, so we're going to put her up front. Looking at the options we have here, I'm going to go with Nara just because we know how deadly she can be. Second tank, which we got some support here. We can go with Zyra too, so now we got double tanks. They didn't even give us any other wilders. That's pretty surprising. But you know what? We'll go with Thane, because I just built Thane. Got that, slow it down. I want to see what she's doing. So there's the shield on the bears, and look at that, guys. I thought the bears or the wolves would be a distraction, which is what I wanted to see. Exactly what that looks like. You know, there one wolf goes down, second one goes down. Look at the radius on this stun. Actually doing a good amount of control there. She's got her little paw mark up there as she is shielded. The big werebear stun. Very cool. Overall, definitely a lot of control in there. 2.23, which again, guys, she might have done the most damage here, but it's going to be a lot of RNG. I could see her being super effective, possibly with maybe not the 5-pull, but Scrath putting the heroes together. And even I wonder the combination of her and Gorvo just for the chain stun abilities between her Werebear and his dive bomb, if it would work to chain stun. It's going to be interesting overall, guys, with the skills and abilities she has. So that will summarize it for Mishka. Seems like it's very strong. I'm very excited that she is going to be a tank, or he is going to be a tank. Let's take a look at the story. I'm just wondering, Mishka, it's time to play, need training. Because it says her. And a lot of people corrected me when it came to the video, and it said him. I'm gonna have to go through here a little more, because the first ability right here, and that's what I was kind of basing it on, was, I believe it said in here, Mishka lets out a terrifying roar. It goes up as she hits the ground. So she. So again, we're going to have to see. I'm not sure if, again, it's lost in translation to a her or a him, but ultimately it does say she right there, and that is what we looked at as she hits the ground, knocking them in the air. So as of right now, a she until they fix it, or the story, and of course the Grez over here definitely needs to be adjusted. So guys, let me know in the comments what you guys think about the brand new hero Mishka. Very, very cool looking. And as always, thank you guys for watching.